New technology can enable the marginalized to mobilize and also opens up the opportunity for a community to develop new institutions. In the 1980s in Taiwan, cable television strengthened the political opposition, eventually contributing to presidential elections being held a few years later. And in the 1990s, the international campaign to ban landmines created an international treaty in 5 years and developed an institution to monitor enforcement. In Taiwan, the government had always controlled television since the 1960s. There were three main government channels, and so there was informally a fourth channel that emerged, an illegal cable television network. The cable television network really grew because there was a huge demand for movies and entertainment, soap operas from Hong Kong, movies from Japan. But the political opposition, the Democratic Progressive Party, DPP, took advantage and grew deeply engaged in the development of the fourth channel, or the cable television network, and also put their political views on the fourth channel news shows. This developed until 1990. The DPP founded the Taiwanese Democratic Cable Television Association to work towards the legalization of cable television. This succeeded in 1993, and after that, all news channels flourished. Political debate flourished, and this contributed to the environment which led to the first presidential election in 1996. Now, in 1990s, more than 100 million landmines were still in over 60 countries, and 2,000 civilians a month were injured. The international campaign to ban landmines was launched in 1992, and they were so successful that by 1997, a treaty was finalized with over 122 countries signing on. The campaign succeeded because they successfully linked together non-government organizations across the world, sharing information and distributing information, and this was accomplished using email, phone, fax, and face-to-face meetings. After the treaty was signed in 1997, the activists were worried about enforcement. To encourage compliance, the International Campaign to Ban Landmines published a report, the Landmine Monitor, which was over 1,000 pages. That report had more information about landmines than governments had themselves. So it was a very effective tool to keep governments honest, and really worked to improve country compliance with the treaty in later years. In these two examples, cable television in Taiwan and the International Campaign to Ban Landmines, not only was information a source of political power and a network the tool to exercise power, but also in both of these cases, the activists built a network community that lasted. Institutions, the Cable Television Association with ties to a political party, and an NGO with a regular landmine monitor report, had a permanent influence on the political landscape.